Good Wednesday morning. It is May 8th, and you can see the time, 7:01 in the morning. We are mobile. And did you know that we can do our show, by the way, from your business? We've got some exciting news, by the way. I filmed yesterday at the studio for your business or somebody that you know. I've got an incredible opportunity for you, and I'll be talking about that a little bit later on this morning. Unfortunately, we mentioned yesterday during the show that if you experienced severe weather, that we were just going to kind of re-rack and do it all over again 24 hours later and maybe even worse. So we're going to talk about the weather first. And then today is a Wednesday. So we've kind of turned those into workout Wednesdays and bringing back my motivation, the motivational moments with Monica that we did at Channel 5. Those were extremely popular. And we thought, what the heck? Let's start that as a thing. Workout Wednesdays. Maybe we can sometimes do Fitness Fridays. I'll at least give you one day a week where we do workouts. So I'm giving you a forewarning that if you want to do it right now, get ready. You don't need any weights. It is body weight resistance only. If you want to add a little resistance, you can. But trust me, you don't have to, and you will burn some serious calories. I mean, some people were up in the 700 to 800 and 900 calorie burn. So that's what's on tap for you today. And I'm also going to talk about why it's so important to rest the body, to recover, to be able to do your workouts throughout the week and to really just be able to function. I'll say hi to all of you in just a second, but let's get right to our weather and bring on our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
We've got the rain behind us again. The umbrellas are needed. And I know a lot of people might be going to an afternoon Cardinals game. This will be interesting to see if, in fact, that game can get in. So, Beckett, talk to us about this. So, yesterday, there were some people that experienced damage. We mentioned Sullivan. We mentioned the St. Clair area, one of the high schools in the Sullivan area, as well as a bar in that area. But I didn't hear any other major damage. I'm afraid of what's coming to us today. And it's actually a pretty big stretch of time, too, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be having this from midday all the way till the evening. Now, this morning we're around 60 degrees, but that's right now. We're going to be really picking that up, warming up as we go into the next couple of hours, especially in the mid-morning into midday. Mostly, or that should say mostly sunny. It says mostly cloudy, but mostly sunny right now. Afternoon, as we go into the afternoon, we're going to get those storms to move in around midday and then trickling on through the evening, 78 degrees. And again, those storms are going to be around, really warming up this afternoon. Now, if we look at the map from the Storm Prediction Center, we are in a significant 3 out of 5 enhanced risk for severe weather. So that's a 3 out of 5. We really need to take this risk seriously. And then the Storm Prediction Center did add this 4 out of 5 moderate risk, which is a very uncommon risk that they don't issue often, which means down here towards Farmington, Poplar Bluff, Cape Girardeau, over towards West Plains, Missouri. That's where we have an even larger threat for severe weather. Now, looking at our severe potential tornadoes, that's all the way up in the moderate. We could have a few isolated tornadoes. That's definitely something to watch. Damaging winds, I have that as our highest threat since we'll likely have clusters of storms or mesoscale convective systems coming through. And the largest threat with those are usually damaging winds. And then hail, we're going to have to watch that hail threat as well. Overall, do I think it's going to be very large hail? No, but could we have some damaging hail around the area? That is possible. And then that flooding threat is at a moderate as well because we are going to be having to watch that training of rain. Now, our severe risk timeline for today, 12 to 2, that's when we're going to have our first kind of batch of storms move into the St. Louis area. I think we'll have a greater threat for that to our south. And then going on into the evening, that's when we'll have another batch of storms coming through. And these, again, are going to likely be clusters of storms or mesoscale convective systems that will produce damaging winds, maybe some hail as well. And then we are going to have to watch that isolated tornado threat as well. And that's going all the way to 8 to 10. This is going to be moving from the north to the south. But by 8 to 10, this will be in the most southern counties of our area. And then 10 to 12, that'll really get to the south of us, to the south of the city. So the main points, damaging wind gusts, hail, and a few isolated tornadoes are possible in our area. The greater threat will, though, be to our south. The greater threat, in my opinion, for severe storms, for all these threats, will be to our south. But again, it's still possible in our area. Time frame for storms will be midday through the evening. That's when you want to stay weather aware, have multiple ways to receive warnings. Now our 7-day outlook, 78 degrees today. Again, some storms around. Low tonight around 61 degrees. Dropping down to 72 tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies. Low 54. Friday 70, we're going to get a little bit more cloud cover in, probably a mix of clouds and sunshine. And then moving into the weekend, really warming up, mostly sunny skies Saturday and Sunday. And then really we're going to be warming up going into early next week.
So if people are making plans today, and I just want to stress this once again, because I know a lot of you sign on at the very beginning of the broadcast, if they're making plans to go to the game or anything outside, I'm thinking of our Wet Your Whistle Wednesday that we normally do. And I was thinking of making a call to Chuck and saying, I don't know if we should do this. What is your opinion on all of this? Do we need to stay hunkered down today, or what are your thoughts?
I wouldn't say you can't really move around, travel a bit, but just stay weather wherever you are and make sure you know where you can go to shelter. And if there's a good shelter there, then you're going to be fine.
And so one of the main things, if you are going to the Cardinals game today, if you follow any of the local meteorologists, they're talking about making sure that you have the apps handy or that you're paying attention to radar so you know exactly where it is so that you can, in fact, have a plan of action. For those that are new to you, Beckett, do you want to tell them where they can follow you?
Beckett Moore. I'm More Weather on Twitter and YouTube, Moore Weather.
And then are you going off to school today?
Yes.
All right. So you're not going to be able to get him while he's in school.
Yeah.
When he's out of school, I'm sure you're going to be doing some recaps and just talking about anything that's happened already and then what is still to come.
Yes.
But home, right? Okay. Well, you stay safe. Thank you again for all that you do and have a great day.
You too.
Woo!
Look at that 5-day stretch of really warm temperatures. Is definitely going to be a great weekend.
And that's what we call it. It's the What the Weather segment. And we like to kick things off for you at the beginning of the broadcast so that you always have that information. The news you can use, did you hear about Wilson Contreras out with a fracture to his arm? That's not good news for our Cardinals. I was just mentioning that the Cardinals have a game this afternoon. And again, under 500. The other day, I think I said they were 4 or 5 games under 500. So come on, boys, we can turn this one around. But the hits just keep coming, and not to play on that at all. But yeah, Contreras out with a fractured arm. Taste of St. Louis. Are you fans of Taste of St. Louis? They picked the dates. I think it's August 2nd in downtown St. Louis. So get ready for that. Your stomach starts to rumble, a little hungry. Well, you'll be excited about that. So mark that on your calendar. People are big fans of that. The main thing is going to be all weather related. And again, afternoon, lunchtime into our evening commute. All of you, please be careful. I'm really debating back and forth whether I take the drive and go out to Lake St. Louis and to Augusta for Wet Your Whistle. I'll be keeping an eye to the radar, but the main thing is, will you be watching or will you be glued to what's going on in weather? That's what I want to make sure that we have an opportunity to watch those, because again, one of our big sponsors, and we want to thank all of them, but we do those at 4:00 in the afternoon, Wet Your Whistle Wednesday at Defiance Ridge Vineyards. And I was really looking forward to the one this afternoon because it is a new thing. He's never done this before. It is a Mexican farmhouse dinner, which should be really exciting. And we were going to actually do a little tasting. I think they're going to have some tequila. They're going to have some different types of Mexican food, etc. If you've never been to one of those farmhouse dinners, I highly recommend that you take a look at DefianceRidgeVineyards.com, look on their calendar, and look at one that is intriguing to you that's coming up. Regular farmhouse dinners. They've got a ton of music coming up. We mentioned, of course, that we'll be out with Ruby Lee for the 4th of July concert. If you haven't purchased your tickets for that yet, please do so. I'd love to spend the holiday with you. She'll go on from 7:30 until 9 o'clock in the evening, and then they will have the fireworks right after that, dual fireworks, in fact. She's been gaining a lot of momentum. If you haven't heard, she finally gets a chance to fulfill a dream that she's always had. She will be performing at the Grand Ole Opry, and I think tickets are going really fast for that one as well. So opportunities for you to see her here. If you want to travel to Nashville, you can see her there as well. How many of you would like to do a little workout today? Well, that is coming up for you. But before so, you have days away from making sure sure that you purchase something or make something for your mothers. Don't forget, Mother's Day is on Sunday. And once we get past the crazy weather today, Mother's Day actually looks gorgeous, like near 80 and sunshine. So great day to get all dressed up, go out to brunch, go to church, and come by and see us. We will be, as you can see, from 10 a.m. until noon. We'll be celebrating with the vendors at the Farmers and Artisans Market in O'Fallon, Missouri. And that's right off of Highway 70 and K. I call it the Panteras parking lot. I just would love to see you. 9 a.m. is when they kick things off, but we're going to be there from 10 a.m. to noon. Can you come by just to say hi, celebrate with us, take some pictures with us? I want to do this big collage. The challenge is to bring your mom to meet my mom. We've got 50 vendors there, food, drinks, all the artisan work that they do, as well as even an opportunity to to adopt a puppy or an adult dog, because they've got diamonds in the rough out there as well. I'm so excited. Never been to this, but looking forward to it. All right, before we get to our workout, Julie Purcell, good morning to you. Linda Eckert is on, saying good morning to everyone. Sean Fitzgerald, Marilyn Westenberger, Kathleen Morris says everyone be safe. Kathy Holdenreed, good morning to you. Hello, Carrie Samuelson. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Diana Isbell and our Hats by Diane. Teresa Seavey is on. Kathy Holdenreed said, I need to mow my lawn. You better get to it like right now. Wayne Johnson Sr., Kathy Kilo Peterson. Michelle says, I need to mow my mushrooms. I kicked them out of the way the other day. They were all by our fountain. I was like, these are not morels. These cannot be eaten. Let's see. That's the spam. Stephanie Newbill, good morning. Happy hump day. Morgan Presley, well, goodness. Haven't seen you in a while. Great job on the forecast. He is such a star. Beckett, we love you. Good today, Teresa and Jana. Good morning, beautiful people. Luann, good morning, everyone. Joy Durkis, good morning. Be safe today, everyone. And Marilyn said, I just found out my hairdresser will be a vendor there with her permanent jewelry. How cool. Looking forward to seeing you. Well, I'm looking forward to that as well. Let's get Beckett off of there. So yeah, rain today. Hail possible tornadoes. Not a ton, but maybe a few is what we're hearing. So be weather aware, please. All right. Everybody has asked for this, either to do it as a workout right now, or to save it as a workout that you can do maybe around lunchtime if you're staying home today, maybe midday, later this evening, or it can be one that you do on another day. No weights needed. You might need a towel. I would highly recommend that you grab some water, because you will need this. I have had 700 to 900 calories be burned in this workout by many people. So let me know if you're going to do it live or if you're going to do this later, but I'm going to guarantee this is one you're going to want to hang on to. So we've got Workout Wednesday, working the glutes, the hips, the thighs, a little core work as well. It's all coming up for you next.
She's a special woman and done so much for St. Louis.
Watching her work is one of the most incredible things you can see.
She just sees value in everyone.
Sometimes people just need you to sit with them and hear them. I feel heard.
The time flew by, and it was like sitting and talking to a friend.
Not only creating a better place here in St. Louis, but to inspire others. It's always great to have examples like you.
You have such a light and such a presence, and I could feel it this morning.
We knew right away when you started this, we wanted to be on your show. Thanks for having us.
And I look forward to seeing how you rock and roll and shake it up.
Envita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Envita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Envita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Envita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment, or online envitahealthandwellness.com.
All right, well, welcome back. The Real Monica Adams Show, and it is 7:15 on a Wednesday morning. We call this kind of a workout Wednesday. Now, bear with me. I have been feverishly downloading all of these videos, and I hope they're all in order, but without having a producer here or a director or an audio engineer or anything, it's a lot of work to put this together for you. I'm hoping that this is in the proper order. So I filmed these for you the other day, and this is stripped down, bare bones. This is no makeup, no frills. I want to be as real can be, and I want to give you what you're asking for. And by the way, do me a favor and let me know more things that you are wanting on the show, more wonderful features. I know I mentioned earlier that Wednesdays are also a dual day where we give you Wet Your Whistle Wednesday later in the afternoon. Tomorrow, as you see on the screen, we've got Positive Talk Time, and that is at Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue in Cottleville, Missouri. They've got 2 locations, by the way, Yuppie Puppies Pet Spa in Wing Haven area, O'Fallon, and then they also have Cottleville. Okay, Linda says I'll have to watch and work out later. I'm on my walk right now, always needing workout tips. Okay, so do your walk and then get ready for this. Terry says I'll be working out. Morgan says later. Morgan, when are you coming back and joining us actually in person? And if you are, in fact, wanting to be trained, I do have some openings still for semi-private training, maybe private training. I've got one client right now that's coming over a little bit later, midday. So private, semi-private, and then classes as well. Monday nights, Saturday morning classes. We do Wednesday and Friday semi-private training, and you can do it from your house, by the way, virtual training for you that you can do. So there are no excuses. Period. And Morgan, again, waiting for you to come back. All right. So let's see if we can get these in order for you. This was the beginning. Drenched in sweat after an incredible workout. I'm going to take you through it, show you proper positioning and how it will really burn massive calories, get you soaking wet, and really firm up those glutes. That's what you want as you get ready for swimsuit season. So try this on for size. All right, who's ready to work out? Glute work today. First one, squat, but a side-to-side lean and a high repetition range. So squat, keeping the chest up. You're going to go to the side, push through the heel, go to the side, push through the heel, and then straight back up. One more time, squatting down, pushing to the side, pushing to the side, coming back up. 25 to 40 repetitions and feel. All right, and as I show you these videos, I'll go back and I want to answer any questions for anything you don't understand. I also can back off the camera and show you here, which might make it a little bit easier as I can move this big laptop around. So there are multiple exercises in this. This is a workout Wednesday, but I'm also going to stress while I give you the workout, the importance of resting the body. So would I want you to go back and work your glutes and your hips and your thighs and all of that over again tomorrow? No, it's just as important to sleep and rest as it is to rest the muscles. Why? Because they need to repair and then they're ready for you again, maybe a couple days later, maybe a few days later. There's a reason why we're very big into body muscle splits. What I mean by that is maybe you put your back and your biceps together one day. Maybe you put your chest and your triceps together another day. And then maybe you do legs. Sometimes people like to do legs and shoulders, like you go down and do a squat and you're pressing up and doing a dual exercise. A lot of those, though, as you can imagine, work your core. Just as we are upright, we're working our core. And then, yes, we can do specific core exercises, but the core works. It should in everything that you're doing. Did that first one make sense to you? If not, and you need to ask any questions throughout this, let me know. But again, it is squatting down, and then you're just moving the body, pressing through your heels, just doing a little side to side lean. And that's one repetition. Okay. So the body's going down, you're moving to the side, you're coming to the other side, pushing through the outer part of the heel, 25 to 40 repetitions, high repetitions, by the way, in this workout. And truly, as I mentioned, you're going to need water. You're probably going to want a towel. You will be drenched in sweat and high calorie burn. So if you have a watch, I would tell you to turn it on, maybe put it on. Well, you could put it on high intensity if you wanted to, because your heart rate is going to be higher. Otherwise, you could put it on functional. Don't put it on traditional because you're not lifting weights, but functional, or you could put it again on high intensity. What I want to stress is you can do this workout if it's okay by your doctor. If you have any kind of medical issues, please check with your doctor first before you do anything. Don't come back and say, Monica, I hurt myself. No. I'm giving you opportunities to get healthy, but you've got to be smart. You know, if you have injuries, you know, your medical background, all of those things have to come into play before you take on something like this. Okay. So that was number one. Let's get to number two. All right, number two, a knee kick back lunge, engaging the core. And if you don't tap down in between reps, you're using more core. So knee kick, backwards lunge, back up to a knee kick, backwards lunge. If you need assistance, grab onto something to help you with the balance. Knee kick, backwards lunge. We're going to do 20 per leg, burn it out, and then move on. All right. Again, anything that doesn't make sense, let me know, because again, since I didn't have anybody videoing that for me, I'm a little bit closer to the camera. I can back off for you. I have a little more room here in my office to show any of those. We're going through, if you're just tuning in, I'm giving you a workout today, Workout Wednesday, a glute workout that will fire up the glutes, the hips, the thighs. This is for men. This is for women. You want to introduce your kids at an early age. This is a good one for them because you're not having to have them pick up any weights, strain themselves, drop the weights, etc. I love for young kids. People have asked me before, what's the youngest you've ever trained? 10. And the oldest, 95. So would I take a 10-year-old and a 95 through this? A 95-year-old? I absolutely would. I would obviously guide them, teach them, maybe slow down a little bit more, hold on to them if need be. If I have people that have injuries, I would adjust, make modifications for anything. This, again, all should be back on the heels so that you get more glute work than being forward on the front part or the ball of your foot. Will you get some thigh work? Absolutely. It just depends on the positioning. It also depends on how deep you go into these. So we started off with that squat with the higher repetitions, the 25 to 40, and then the knee kick and the backwards lunge. Again, you're on the same leg, and then you're going to do 20 per leg, and then you're going to go to the next leg before you move on to the next exercise. I'm not running through these fast because I want to make sure that you really get this. And this is a workout that you can go back and do time and time again. Again, never needing weights. Adding weights if you want to level up a little bit more, but not needed. And I would actually recommend that you go through the first time through and don't do it with weights. I just want you to see how your balance is. As your legs get wobbly and feel like a brand new deer that's trying to find its legs, tell me just how difficult it was for you and how many calories you burn is what I would really like to know. So we went through the first two. Now we're going to get into number 3. Time for number 5, crossover step back lunge. And you are going to... What did I tell you? Some of these might be out of order a little bit. Okay, so we've got 2. Let me take a quick break. I want to get these back in order because I want you to write this down or save this and be able to do it another day and another day, another day. If you want to write them down for yourself, go ahead and write. I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into number 3, hopefully. And I want you to share this, by the way. Share this with friends and family. Right now, if you want to wake them up and say, hey, you want to work out with me, give them a text or give them a call. We'll get into the third part of the exercises when we return.
You are truly an incredible human being, and just what you're doing is so inspiring. This was really a cathartic experience for me. So I appreciate you, love you.
It's been an honor to not only just be here on set with you, but just to sit in your presence. You inspire everyone around you, from your motivational speaking to your podcast here, to just being the human that you are.
It's just such a joy to be able to see you at this point in your career. Really following your passion, fulfilling your dreams, and encouraging other people to do the same.
I feel that I've been missing out. I believe God places people like you in people's lives for a reason. You have definitely been a God wing for me.
All right, well, welcome back. It is May 8th, 7:25 in the morning. Crystal just said, so sweet and kind of you to share these with everyone. Well, absolutely. This is something that I've been asked by a lot of people because we used to do a lot of workouts when I was at Channel 5. We started Motivational Moments with Monica, and they were workout based. They were also mental, spiritual based. That's really where I started to hone the triangle of life theory. But I know a lot of you are looking for workouts. And so if I can do these and I can tape these for you, and get these on at least once a week, I absolutely want to do that for you. Let's see if we have them in order. So you've gone through 2. This is number 3. Number 3, side kicks. The key in this is to really turn and rock the hip and push through the heel. You don't just flick with the toes. You want to get into that high upper hip and glute area. So you're going to stand to the side and you're going to lean into the standing leg and then turn and push out. See how my heel is? Push outward and back up. Engaging the core like you're zipping up your pants. So leaning into the standing leg, turn, push out. You're going to do 30 per side. That will really yes, it will absolutely burn. So a lot of my clients have been through this before. In fact, I used to teach this about 20 years ago. One of my absolute favorite butt glute thigh workout. As I'm going through these, I think we've done them slow enough, and I think that I have videoed for you to where you can grasp what I'm talking about. But as I mentioned, if you're signing on and any of these you would like for me to show one more time, back off the camera, I can push this back and I can show you here in a larger space. But we've gone through 3 of them. There are 9 exercises, and I would really like to know, if you are doing them, which one do you feel is the hardest? Are you feeling it where it needs to be? Working out later, Luann says, thank you for sharing. You're welcome. To all of you, thank you, by the way, for tuning in. And I always ask you to also thank our sponsors. We couldn't do this show if it wasn't for them. And what do I mean by that? I mean, making the call, going in and seeing them. You know, we have our Medical Monday with Dr. Sean Neary and Mid-America Spine and Rehab, one of our newest sponsors. And what I want is that you make the call and then you take care of your health. I'm showing you workouts, but are you okay to do the workouts? Do you have something functionally that's preventing you from being able to do some of these things that I'm going to show you in the coming weeks, in the coming months? Well, then make the call. And why do I want you to go to him? He is so, so good. I went to a chiropractor when I was very young, and I never really found someone like that again until Dr. Sean. And there are many things that they can do for you. If you feel like, nope, I don't want to be adjusted, as he has mentioned before, they've got a way for them not to do the manipulation. And they have red light therapy, you name it. So many different things that they can do. They'll do those x-rays to see what's going on in the body that is causing you pain. So you should not be walking around in pain. I want you to be the best version of yourself so you can get these workouts in. You can take care of your body. You can take care of your mind. You can take care of your spirit. I want the best for you. You know that. Do me a favor also, besides supporting our wonderful Dr. Sean Neary, Mid-America Spine and Rehab, Dr. Sarah Franco, Invita Health and Wellness. We also have for you Yuppie Puppy Pet Spa for the grooming, for the daycare. You're going to go away on vacation. Let them watch your animals. Defiance Ridge Vineyards. Go off with friends and family. Tell them, hey, I've heard about you on Monica Adams Show. Please do that. And then Just Pools in Arnold next Thursday. I stopped in there yesterday to get some chemicals. Our pool's green because we just opened it, trying to get it crystal clear. We have our Just Pools Mobile Monica show next Thursday at 7:00 in the morning. Stopped in to see Madonna. They're really excited, getting ready for that and getting ready for a massive sale, by the way. So if in fact you want to have a pool built in ground or above ground, now is the time. They've not had a sale like this in a long, long time. And if you put the order in, they could actually get that pool ready for you as early as this fall, which is phenomenal because there were so many that were having to wait for like 2 years during the pandemic. I also stopped in there yesterday and I took a quick picture because from now through July 6th, you want to try to win a pool, an above ground pool. They are selling raffle tickets right now, and they're going to give donations to Tunnels for Towers Foundation. And then there's an organization called Find Your Rest Ministries, and they help out with bunk beds and things like that for young kids. They aim to spread the love of God by meeting the physical and spiritual needs of a broken world while declaring that the true rest and peace is found in Jesus. And it's done by stepping into a family's home to supply bunk beds and other physical needs. So cool. So this is a raffle for charity that they're doing at Just Pools, and it includes A pool, a liner, as well as the skimmer and the filter system is a 30-foot round above ground pool. The raffle tickets are $20 and the drawing will be held on July 6th. And she said they've just kicked it off, so no tickets have been purchased just yet. I mean, come on, just go in there and buy a ticket. Say hi to them. Tell them thank you for being a part of our show. That is my hope for you. All right, let's continue on with your workout. Number 4, and this one's a killer. Get a deck of cards. Take 8 of them and line them up in front of each other. So there's just a little opening when you're going to be going this way. So this is a card, next card, next card, next card, and so on with 8 of them. What are you going to do? You're going to stand right over the card. You're going to go down and pick that card up while the body's upright. So I'm going down to pick up the card. That's one. We're going to step to the second row of cards. You're going to put that card down, pick it up. After this, 1 card, 2 cards, then move forward to the third pairing. Put down a card, come back up. Put down the second card, come back up. Then you got to go get them all. Down for 1, down for 2, down for 3, and move on. So every time you go down, you're either putting down a card or picking up a card. By the time you're done, 64 repetitions of up and down squats and feel the burn. And you will. If you're just tuning in at 7:31, our first half hour, we've given you news you can use. We've given you weather, and we're getting into our workout. We've gone through 4 already. And by now, some of you said that you were going to do it live. If you are, I want to know what you're feeling. Are you feeling it more in the butt? Are you feeling it more in the thighs? If so, you might be leaning more into the front part of the ball of your foot. I'm putting on the screen here for you to share, follow our live streams. And where are we? We were on Facebook, YouTube, which is where we started. And then we started adding platforms because you all asked us to be on other platforms that your friends and family are on. So we did Instagram and X, by the way, is Twitter, and Rumble. And those platforms will continue. We are also on the audio podcast platforms. That's our bonus show outside of the talk show. On Thursdays, the audio side, you get to listen to some motivation. And there's going to be a 2-part series, by the way, springboard into the momentum of getting you to beyond the blocks that you have in your life. So I did this show, physical, visual, and now it's time for you to hear the message tomorrow at 8 a.m. and next Thursday at 8 a.m. So as soon as we wrap up our live talk show, then you can listen. Maybe you go off for a walk, you walk the dogs, get them the exercise that they need as well, and then listen to the message. As we're going along, if any of you have any questions of what I'm showing you, please let me know. If you are thinking, wait, I need a little more guidance on that particular one. That's the one that I think a lot of people always get a little confused on. So as I mentioned, it's the 8-card pickup. So you figure that this is the line of cards. Okay, so let's just say this is a card. It's obviously a little bit bigger than a playing card, but you're putting them one right after another. I hope that made sense. So there's only like a little space, and just line them all up in front of you. And I don't know if I said this, but you stand right over the card so that the card's literally in the middle of your foot. And then you're going straight down. You don't want to lean over. You want to go straight down and pick that card up, and then you move forward. Why do you have the cards, by the way? Anybody know? It's because as you're going through, it makes you go deeper into the squat. And so you're trying to fumble around it. And especially as you're starting to sweat, you got to stay down deeper into it until you grab it. So you're on that first one. You go down to get it, and then you step forward to the row that's got the next line of cards, or card, I should say, and you're going down and put down that one that you picked up, and then you rise back up. And what do you have to do? You got to go back down and get not 1, but 2. So you go down and get 1 at a time, go down and get the second one, and then you move forward. Put down 1, come back up. Put down 2, come back up. Then you got to go pick them up 1 at a time. 1, pick up 2, pick up 3, move forward to the next row. I hope that makes sense for you. If it doesn't, please let me know. But it should. I think we're being as specific as we possibly can. Okay, we're at 7:34. I'm going to take a break, stretch out a little bit, grab some water if you want, and then we'll continue on with your Workout Wednesday.
Envita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Envita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Envita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Envita take care of you. Call 314-394-09 4950 to book an appointment or online InvitaHealthAndWellness.com.
Welcome back, 7:35, and I hope you're enjoying this workout either now, doing it live, which I think Terry said she was going to. So Terry, I'm guessing you're huffing and puffing at home and tired. This is one that, by the way, she and others who have an upper body injury can do. I stressed, and I'll stress again, if you have any medical issues, please check with your doctor before you ever do any type of a workout. This would be me having you come to me, and I would have you sign a waiver that says that you're okay, that you've checked with your doctor. If you have an injury, you've coming back from surgery, please do your due diligence to take care of yourself. Talk with your doctor, say, hey, can I do this? This is a workout where you don't need any weights, but if you have any type of an injury in your glutes, your hips, your thighs, etc., your knee, and this is causing any kind of pain, nope, stop it right away. If you don't have any limitations, then let's get at it. Let's move on and let's go to number 5. Time for number 5, crossover step back lunge. And you are going to alternate these for a total of 30. So you're going to cross over, get into here, push down deep, and then you're going to step back on that same leg. So let me step off here for you. Crossing over, stepping back into your lunge. The backwards part looks like this. Crossing over, and then here, step back, keeping your body as upright as you possibly can. We are, however, going to alternate. So crossover, step back, other side, crossover, step back for a total of 30. And as you can see, the repetitions are higher, all right? So you're really getting the burn and the feel of, holy cow, my legs are getting tired. If you can do 3 and then pause and say, you know what, I don't know if I can do the full 9 exercises. Great, at least you're doing something. You're not just sitting on the couch and not doing any movement. I mentioned earlier that I'm very big on rest. How important is rest for you? Give me some feedback on if you're getting exhausted by this. If you do this later, do me a favor and do a hashtag replay, and then tell me how you felt later in the day, how it felt the next day, and many times when you're working out, how it felt 2 days later. You know, we're not just talking about resting the muscles in a workout, but how many of you, and this is where I want you to interact with me. We've got about 62 people on with regards to all the different platforms. And welcome aboard, by the way, to anybody that's new to the show. Sometimes we do fitness related exercises. Sometimes I am inspiring you from a mental health side, excuse me, from a spiritual health side. Other times I've got guests on. Sometimes we're in my studio on Mondays and Tuesdays. There's a lot that we've provided for you, over 300 shows, because we celebrated our 300th a week ago today at Just Be Kind Cafe. I hope you had a chance to see that one. We're up to like almost, I think, 7,000 or 8,000 people that has reached just on one platform. I'm going to say it's probably 12 to 15,000 between all the platforms. And Marianne, thank you so much for having us out there. It was really the most perfect place for us to celebrate. And we're looking at our 400th celebration. Looks like it's going to be near the end of September. And the thing I'm going to ask you before we continue on with our workout is, where do you think would be a good place for us to hold that next celebration? Because I want to start planning now. If you've got a place that you think needs that kind of attention, that maybe they need a little help with their business, or they're thriving, and it would just be an incredible place for us to celebrate them while they celebrate us. Start thinking about that, because late September will be here before you know it. Thank you to Michelle for all the hard work she's doing. It looks like there's a bunch of spammers, and that's what happens as you grow and grow and grow. A lot of people trying to spam the show today. So Michelle's doing her due diligence and jumping around trying to get those people kicked out. By the way, anybody that you don't know that tries to attach themselves and it says, hey, I love what you write, and hey, can we be friends, or click on this or call this number. It's all false. It's all a bunch of spammers. It's all people who don't have anything better to do, or it's like an AI thing. It's just so frustrating. Before we go on to the next one, Linda just said, I like that card one. I used to do a card deck workout. You picked 4 types of exercises and paired them with the 4, clover, heart, diamond, and spade. Then you mix up the cards. You flip them one at a time. The cards you flip, you do the number shown. Yeah, I've done those before. Example, 9 of hearts would be, hang on. It just went away from me. The card you flip, you do the number shown. Example, 9 of hearts would be, let's say, 9 squats. Yeah. Face cards are a 10 count. You go through the entire deck, flipping a new card and doing one of the 4 exercises. Yeah, there's so many fun things that can be done. In fact, my friend Tony Horton, P90X fame, he's got his own now, Tony Horton Life, the Power of 4, just absolutely love what he does. He has a cardio workout where there's he actually writes on these, let's say this is a big card. He writes down whatever the exercise is and goes through like about, I don't know, 20, 25 of them. You go through all of them and then you mix them all up so that your mind doesn't think, oh, okay, we're going to do this exercise or these workouts again, and they're going to be in this order. Nope. It all gets mixed up. So you never know. Maybe something that you think is the hardest that you want to get over with, it might be the very ending. So a lot of fun things you can do. Yes. Stephanie said to thanks, Michelle. Always we want to thank her for everything that she does in our moderating. Okay, let's move on. If you're just joining in at 7:40, we've been talking about Workout Wednesday, and today we're focusing on the glutes, the hips, the thighs, men, women, kids, seniors. Everybody can do this as long as you don't have some type of a limitation. Now it's time for back kicks. And when you do so, I'd like for you to hold on to something deeper, looking back over your shoulder. Find a target behind you. And when you're pushing, it's kind of like that donkey kick. So flex that heel, push back. I'm going to show you the extension side of it as you push back. See my foot? Pushing back. Don't kick it to the side and don't rock the hip to the side. So if I'm down deep, looking back over my shoulder and pushing back and squeezing in the glutes. Burn, baby, burn. I say that a lot because it really, really does. I mean, in all the years that I've been teaching this particular workout, that's all I hear from everybody is, holy cow, how many reps are we doing? So as I mentioned, I will pick the repetition range. Does that mean that you can't do less? Of course. You want to do more? Go ahead. We're picking a range for you. So that very first one we started with, the squat, side to side and lean, 25 to 40. And then we get into 20 per leg. We get into like 20, 25 alternating. We might do 30 per leg. Can you change that up? Of course, if you are a beginner and this is a little too much for you, then maybe you do 10 and then you build up, and guess what happens? You do 12, you do 15. You get the confidence to say, oh my gosh, I'm finally able to do it. But the great thing is you've got this workout to write down and do on your own, or share this one, save it. Go back to it, pin it. So it's a workout that you can do on a regular basis and just watch how you really firm up those glutes. You know, we're getting ready for summer and swimsuit season. Less clothes season is what I always call it. And people are like, oh, look at how my butt's changing. It's getting firmer. It's getting rounder. It's getting more in shape. Trust me, your partner, your husband, your wife, they're going to notice it. What are you doing? I'm doing this great glute workout. It's a good one. Tell me if you like it. Terry just said, Michelle, thanks for your dedication. It's been awesome to personally see you work, keeping everything together during the live shows. Your hard work shows, and we appreciate it. I love it. This community is so awesome. All right. If it hasn't burned already, let's keep it going. How many of you remember Mary Catherine's Superstar, right? She would go like this. Superstar. You're going to think about that as you do these superstar lunges. Now, if you want to level up, you can take a medicine ball over to your side and literally take it around as you do a little hop back. Some of you can't do the hopping or the plyometric aspect of it, so you're just going to do the step, and you're going to be more like this. I'm going to do this version, where you're here, you step back and you switch. You step back and you switch. If you can do the hop, again, just a little more intense. If you can do the medicine ball, you take it around and switching side to side. 20 total. All right, as I mentioned, the repetitions are really going to be in about that 20, 25, 30 or higher. The very first one was the highest, where we went into 40. As I move through these, if anything doesn't make sense, please let me know. We're also going to talk about some things coming up for you in the next couple of weeks, including one that's coming up tomorrow, and that's going to be our Cultivating a Vision. So I'm going to finish out the workout for you, and that'll be the body side. But what about your mind and your spirit and your rest pattern? That's where I'm going to take it in the final 10 minutes, because that's what's important. That's the way you get balanced in life. So these are fun for me. I like this one. This is actually probably one of my favorite of the 9. These next ones, you might want to play the song Get Low, Get Low, Get Low, because you are going to do just that. Take a step behind you. Again, if you've got knee issues or hip issues, then you have to do the version that you can do. But I want you to have your arms up. The reason for that is it keeps you upright more instead of folding over. You're going to do low squats, sitting down, and we're going to do, how about 30 repetitions? So you're here, driving down really deep, and then pushing back up through those heels. Once again, here, down as deep as we can go, and pushing up through the heels. Maybe a 12-inch step if you can, 30 repetitions. All right, if you're just tuning in at 7:45 and you're seeing me do these workouts, I filmed this the other day, a glute workout for you. You can do it with friends, you can do it solo. If you have a hard time self-motivating, then that's when I think you might want to grab this workout and say, hey, sister or best friend or mom or dad, or siblings, whoever, have them do this with you. And that way you can kind of mirror each other, look at each other. If you're noticing, I'm straight up and down as much as I possibly can be. Obviously, the stronger and stronger and stronger those glutes are, the more you can get back onto those heels and keep the body as upright as you can. I don't want you folding over. And I stressed it already. It's the final time I'm going to stress it. If you have an injury, please make sure that you check in with whatever medical provider is taking care of you, your doctor, a chiropractor, physical therapist. Make sure that you are okay to do this before you take it on. All right, let's wrap it up. Now it's time for back kicks. And when you do so, I'd like for you to hold on to something deeper, looking back over your shoulder. Find a target behind you. And when you're pushing, it's kind of like that donkey kick. So flex that heel, push back. I'm going to show you the extension side of it as you push back. See my foot? Pushing back. Don't kick it to the side and don't rock the hip to the side. So if I'm down deep, looking back over my shoulder and pushing back and squeezing in the glutes. Burn, baby, burn. All right, so there you go. That should be 9 of them. You should have an incredible sweat going on. And then here's the thing. Just when you think you're done, you do it all over again. Yes, did that just blow your mind? Monica, are you kidding me? 9 exercises and then 2 times through. That's eventually what I want you to get to. It's a lot. And when you're moving slower and you're really grabbing to understand what each exercise is really all about, it might take you a good 45, 50, or even 60 minutes. And so then you're done. But what I want you to get to is to try to then add on and say, okay, well, I don't know if I have the time to do it all over again because you moved a little slower through it, but maybe you have a couple more in you and you go back to the beginning. You do the first 2. Eventually, you're going to be rocking and rolling, that you're going to be able to get this entire thing in 2 rounds of it in an hour, even less. I think we've done it in the old days when I first started teaching it. We did it in 45 to 50 minutes all the way through, and you're just rocking and rolling. Does that mean that you're moving faster and sloppy? No, never. You're just moving faster. Your heart rate is up. Your sweat is rolling off of you, drenched down your back, and there's not a lot of resting time. But you've got to get yourself ready for that. So understand that if you're a beginner, then maybe you don't even do the full 9. Maybe you do 4 or 5 exercises, and then you build up, and the next time you add the 6th one in. So take this routine, keep it, write it down, or take this particular show, as I said, and hang on to this one so you can go back through and you can fast forward, and that way you have it all and you can do it as many times as you want to. It is phenomenal to get you ready for summer. One of the best glute workouts without any weight. I mean, there's some other ones that I love where we add weights on, but I like this one, more simplistic, for as many people as possible who aren't dealing with injuries, doing it together, doing it solo, no weights needed. It can be done anywhere outside at a park. You can do it on vacation. Take this one with you. But again, since we're breaking it up in a full-blown show, you really probably have to write it out. Once you grasp the movements, and then you can understand, and you're going to write, it doesn't matter what you call the exercises, it's your own wording. So I might call it something that's a specific name to the workout world, but if that doesn't make sense to you, then you write it and you name it whatever you want to name it. That way it is unique to you. Okay. If there's any questions on any of that, let me know. If not, we'll be right back. We'll talk about the importance of taking care of the mind and spirit and how you can join me in taking care of that tomorrow night.
She's a special woman and done so much for St. Louis.
Watching her work is one of the most incredible things you can see.
She just sees value in everyone.
Sometimes people just need you to sit with them and hear them.
Oh, and she said she was heard, which I absolutely love. Okay, I just found one more. There is a 9th exercise. I didn't think I went through 9 with you yet because I thought I mentioned at the end that you do it a second time through. So I don't ever want to shortchange you. This is the final exercise. There's one more exercise just when you thought it was done. It's time for us to go back into the water. At this point, trust me, you are drenched in sweat, but you're at number 9, the final exercise in this grouping, and it's side kicks. But you're going to take the knee to the opposite elbow as you then go out to the side. And remember, we are flexing the heel, and that is your final point. Now you're keeping that rock to the side. So you can lean into something, take the knee, angle it over to the elbow, and come straight with your foot to the side. You're going to do 20 per leg, and then you're done. But how about you really level up and do the entire thing a second time through, and eventually try to get it in 50 to 60 minutes max. I hope you enjoy this workout and really burn, baby, burn as you build those glutes. There you go. I knew there was an ending to it. As I told you, it gets really difficult to try to pull all these things together when you're solo. Did you all love that? Did you do it while I was taking you through it? Are you still doing it? Because again, I've given you higher repetitions. Or are you going to do it later? The biggest thing I want to know from all of you that are on is, do you want more of this? When I ask you what you would like on this show, I got from a lot of people, Monica, I'd love more workout tips from you. If you are new to my show and you don't know anything about me, I was in television and radio for 30 years. I worked for WIL, KMOX. I worked down in Festus at KJCF at the time. KDJR, KHAD, those were just stations in Festus and DeSoto, then WIL, then I went into Fox 2 and KSDK Channel 5, and then we started the talk show over a year ago, all because I wanted to take the things that I've done in my 30-year career and give you what I really felt was most beneficial, and that was taking care of the body. Longtime personal trainer, director of wellness. I've worked with a lot of different corporations over the years. And it doesn't matter whether someone's a beginner or they're an advanced athlete. I want you to succeed. So I take those portions of my fitness background. And then I got into life coaching many, many years ago. Do that big time now. And I teamed up with a friend of mine in Canada, Cassius Satars. Now, I know some of you have purchased your tickets already, but I also know that there are a lot of you that have waited. We are now down to just a little over 24 hours away from part 5. And I want to stress, she and I both say this, I want to stress that you do not need to have gone to 1, 2, 3, or 4. We've just held that many. This is all about the other part of what needs to happen in your life. And that is taking care of the mind. That is letting go of the pain and the trauma from the past that is preventing you from getting to your best self. It's carving out the vision for you. You know, yesterday I had 2 incredible guests on, Mark Schulman and Heather Kreider. Cannot wait to have them in studio the next time. And that hopefully will be within the next couple of months. But we all collectively said the same thing, that it's all, you know, do you have the imposter syndrome? Do you not believe in yourself? And one of the greatest things that I heard from their books was, do you not think you're deserving of having a good life? Why would that be? Well, we need to talk about those things. And so Crystal just said she's looking forward to it. Kathy said she's ready for tomorrow night. They signed up immediately. They know their value. If you have not been to one, I'm just going to stress that you are truly missing out, because this is 2 coaches in one night giving you what people spend a lot of money on. And I do mean a lot of money on psychologists, psychiatrists, life coaching, all of it together to take care of this and to take care of that. If we can get all those things, I just gave you an incredible workout. If we can take care of the mind and the spirit and the physicality of it all, you're walking around balanced, and that is what life needs to look like for you. If you feel like you have a black cloud over you, you feel like I have so many people write me personally and say, Monica, this is going on. My family's against me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, come to this night. I can't stress it enough. I can't be answering all of these emails and text messages and phone calls. And that's not fair, because I have people who are paying money to come to Cultivating a Vision. I have people who come to me privately for life coaching. It's not fair for me to be giving all of that to all these emails, right? There's a reason. I know my value and you know yours. Is it important enough for you? If it is, you'll be there. Trust me on that. And when I mentioned earlier that you all ask us to be on different platforms, the other one is X. And I know a lot of your younger kids, grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, they're on TikTok. They're getting you on TikTok. Scan that for me right now. Follow us on TikTok. Michelle and Hannah do a great job turning reels and stories from my live shows, and they put those on all the platforms, including TikTok. That one is one of our latest. So if you're not on TikTok, maybe you would like to be, and you can join us on there for a lot of fun. Okay, did you get enough out of today? I hope so. And I know it was broken up a little bit, but it's still the fact that you got 9 exercises. That's truly what matters most, is that you get the workout that you need. And I don't know if anybody did it live. If they did, I'd love to know. Linda just said that's a great workout, but I know you weren't doing it live. Terry said she was, but I don't know. Terry just kind of fell off. I don't know where she is. If you or anybody else did it, let me know how many calories you burned, because my clients did it with me the other night, and some of them were in the 600 range. There were a few that got up near the 800 range. I would like to know how many you burned. So you may not have done it right now. You're going to do it later. When you do it, get back with me, shoot me a message, or put a comment in this particular feed and tag me in it. Terry, did you do it though? You said you're here, but did you do it? You said you were going to do the workout. So did you do the workout, and are you drenched? And do you have a watch on to tell me how many calories you burn? That's what I want to know. Oh, now you're saying I'll do it later. Okay. She originally said she was doing it. All right. A rundown of things that are coming up that I want you to be a part of. And have you purchased your tickets to this one yet?
Hey, The Real Monica Adams listeners. This is Abby Stallschmidt. You may know me as an electric violinist who has performed with various bands in the area, and I'm excited to personally invite you to my premiere at the Sheldon Concert Hall on June 5th at 8 p.m. You'll hear my new symphonic rock music as well as classic rock and pop covers, all backed by a string orchestra, full band, and multiple guest instrumentalists and vocalists throughout the night. It's truly going to be an awesome time. Head on over to metrotix.com or the Sheldon Concert Hall to get your tickets for the Dream Machine concert on June 5th at 8 p.m. I cannot wait to see you there.
And just like the Cultivating a Vision, I always say, don't wait to the last second to purchase your ticket. So we love Abby and doing everything we can to help sell that one out. Hats by Diane said, great show. You're always an inspiration each day. I can't do all the workout, but I can do some. And that's it. All we ask of everybody is to do what you can. Give your best every single day. All right. So we have, I hope, Wet Your Whistle Wednesday at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Do you watch those? Is there anything you would like for Chuck and I to cover? What is your favorite thing about that? You pump me up to start every day. I love that, Diane. Thank you so much. We have Positive Talk Time tomorrow. Please tune in for that, as I will be joined by Jessica Cook. And by the way, I saw on their Facebook page the other day, Squirt got adopted. We were talking about Squirt a couple of weeks ago. I love that. A family that said they just want to help him. Kathy has our tickets. Looking forward to another Monica experience. I love that. If you haven't purchased your tickets for Cultivating a Vision, again, it is tomorrow night. It's 6 to 7:30 p.m. our time, Central Time, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And we do that because they are Eastern there in Canada. It's for people all around the world. We want to help change their lives. We also have our Mother's Day event coming up. This is not a ticketed event. This is for you to come and support the vendors that are going to be out there. It'll be from 10 a.m. to noon, again in O'Fallon, Missouri, this coming Sunday. Let's celebrate our mothers together. Next Thursday, we'll be at Just Pools and Spas. That's in Arnold on the West Outer Road, 7 a.m. live. Can't wait to sit next to the pool and just enjoy a beautiful day with an incredible human being. JustPoolsandSpas.com. And when I show you these, I stress, please, I can't say it enough, support those who support us and thank them, because if they go away, so does the show. Would you want the show to go away? I hear that you don't, so you got to do your part. Coming up at the end of the month, May 30th, Firefly Grill. Thank you to Christy. Go in, have dinner, have lunch, have happy hour. Christy's going to do a happy hour show with the Real Monica Adams team, and that'll be on May 30th. And then coming up in June, and yes, we are booking out already. What you're hearing here is opportunities for your business. We are going to be at Sunset Overlook, and that's in Columbia, Illinois. So I make sure that we get on both sides of the river in every county that we possibly can. I don't want anybody to ever feel left out. This one's going to be June 13th, and that's an evening show, 7 to 8:30 in the evening. And we will be watching the sunset together. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then there's one in July, hopefully. I'll be firming that one up tomorrow. I'll go out to Lake St. Louis. I had mentioned it a few weeks back, but I just want to make sure it's definitely happening on that date. So June, July, August, you want to start booking those. You want us to have the 400th show at your business. Michelle's dropping everything we can possibly have for you to be a part of our show. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. And now you're all worked out. If you're not worked out, then do this later. I hope I didn't film all that and you never do it. That's all I have to say is there's a lot of work put into what we are doing for you because you're asking for it. Just want to make sure that you actually do them and then respond to me. Let me know if you felt it or if you need a little more guidance next time. Let me know what you would like me to do for you when it comes to a workout. We did shoulders. We've done lower body. I'm going to do a core workout for you next week and it'll air on Wednesday and we'll break it all down for you. I'll show the videos to you. I'll stop. And if you have any questions before I move on, we've got that all taken care of for you. All right, 8 o'clock on the nose. Go out and enjoy the day. However, in the afternoon and into the evening, do me a favor and be weather aware. If you need to stay indoors, you need to hunker down, you're at work, you're going off to work, make sure everybody has a plan to know where to go to take care of themselves. You're welcome, everybody. I appreciate you as well, because if it wasn't for you tuning in, we wouldn't have a show. If it wasn't for our sponsors, we wouldn't have a show. But we have both and bountiful. I love you all. Please be kind, everybody, and God bless you all.